4 years old girl, small little girl, you know. And Mahaprabhu looked at her and said, chant Krishna's name. And then the little girl was in ecstasy, chanting Krishna's name, chanting, jumping, dancing in ecstasy, rolling on the ground, and she fainted. So this happened when she was just 4 years old. And Mahaprabhu would make sure, he had such an affection for Narayani that he would make sure that his remnants from the plate is given to Narayani. He will personally give to Narayani Devi. And so always whenever Mahaprabhu was around, the remnants were given to Narayani. So that is a special blessing, the prasadam, the remnants from the Lord, directly given to Narayani Devi, that she could get a very great personality, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, an eternal associate of the Lord as a child. So such is the glory of Mother Narayani. So that's the point. So how and then we see that Vrindavan Das Thakur, because he got this mercy from the womb of the mother, he was very attached to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu. They are the life and soul of Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur. Yes. So yeah, so the same thing. And even one time Mahaprabhu was taking some special betel nuts, and that remnants also he gave to Narayani. So like that, she was always blessed, to get the remnants from the Lord. Yeah. Okay. So when later, actually, Mamgachi is a place where I don't know how Bengali devotees can correct me. Is it Mamgachi or Mamgachi? How do you pronounce?
Mamgachi, Mataji.
Mamgachi.
Okay, thank you. So actually, Mamgachi is in Kumarahata, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, she was Pandit's house, the family's ancestral home was in Mamgachi. And then Narayani Devi, when she delivered the baby, it was in Mamgachi. So Vrindavan Das Thakur grew up, in Mamgachi. And so he's basically, we see that, he's none other than the incarnation of Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Vyasadev's full name, Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, who wrote. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is mentioning here, at the ancestral home of Malini Devi, that is Mamgachi, Vrindavan Das played as a small boy growing up there. He was nourished and cared for just like a valuable gem. Like everyone was showering all love and care, and he was raised with all devotion and love. So that's a Mamgachi's appearance place of Vrindavan Das Thakur. Yes. So Vrindavan Das Thakur later took initiation from Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. And then it's very interesting to see, we will see later, when, he later, after taking initiation from Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he was extensively traveling. And then he came to a place called Denur, where we will see one pastime there. It says that it is in the district of Burdwan. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu gave him an instruction that you should stay here and you should preach. So he remained in the same place, and he was preaching. So he didn't get an opportunity to even see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just imagine the associates of Mahaprabhu, how they took the words so dear to their heart, that he couldn't even meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he took the instruction, the Vani. So this is a power of this thing. Srila Prabhupada also mentions the connection of Vani and the connection of Vapu. Vapu means physical connection with a spiritual master, with the Lord, Vapu connection. Vani means the instruction. So it is Srila Prabhupada mentions the connection of the Vani, the instruction is more stronger and powerful than the Vapu, so that is a mood. We can see our entire parampara. You see Srila Prabhupada also, he met a spiritual master, only few times. But he took the instruction of, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as a life and soul till his last, breath in this material world. He was only meditating, contemplating, reflecting, and executing those instructions of, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And we can see here how Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur took that instruction of Sri Nityananda Prabhu as a life and soul, that he didn't leave Denu, remained there serving and preaching the mission of Mahaprabhu. So glorious, amazing. So in the life of all the great personalities, we can learn loads and loads of life lessons, and they are showing by example. They are not just talking, but they are actually living by example. Mahajana ena gatasa panta. Our this thing is to follow the footsteps of the great Mahajans, the great personalities, and those who are representing those Mahajans who are originally, there are 12 Mahajans mentioned in the Bhagavatam, and their followers. So we have to just follow their footsteps and see how they are teaching us. Amazing. That how it is important for us to take the instructions of the Lord. That's why you see in the song Shri Guru Sharana Padma, the song of Guru Puja we sing. In that, Narottama Das Thakur is saying, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Arana Koriho Mani Asa. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, the words coming from the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Chitete Koriya, take that as a life and soul. Arana Koriho Mani Asa. There is nothing else one has to desire for. So that's very amazing. So we see here that he couldn't even personally, he never personally saw Lord Chaitanya. He was in the womb. Even his mother saw when he was small. Mother got all those blessings. But Vrindavan Das Thakur did not even see Lord Chaitanya because he just remained in Denu preaching the glories. Yes, Prabhu. But he later, Gaura Purnima festival, when we saw in the big Keturi festival, the first Gaura Purnima festival, he accompanied Mother Janava, who is the wife of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and he was serving her, the eternal concert of Nityananda Prabhu. Yeah, okay, Prabhu. So here it is mentioned at the age of 10, Vrindavan Das Thakur lived in Mamgachi till age of 10, from childhood till 10 years. Then he studied here and nourished and raised up like a gem. Yes, we saw that. Okay, that is up to 10. Then, Prabhu next. At the age of 16, he got initiation from Nityananda Prabhu. How glorious, huh? Adi Guru. Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru. And he took initiation from Nityananda Prabhu, and he was the last disciple of Nityananda Prabhu. Yes. And then Denu, there is a very nice place. He was ordered to stay there. But in this place, it is situated near Katwa. And this is Denur is a place he composed this beautiful book, Chaitanya Bhagavat. Like Srimad Bhagavatam, like that is Chaitanya Bhagavat. So this very beautiful book was composed and it's called the Gaudiya Treasure of Bengal. So this was composed in this place called Denu. Yeah. Okay. So these are the deities actually of, we will see that later also. These are the deities of Vrindavan Das Thakur, Gauranga, Nityananda, and Lord Jagannath. Yes. So there was a place in Denur, once Nityananda Prabhu, when he came, he visited one person by name Rama Hari. He was a great landlord there. And then he was always desiring to see Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and he was meditating and contemplating when he would be able to have darshan of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So when Lord Nityananda Prabhu arrived Denur, then he became so pleased, so happy, and he was serving Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is very merciful, so it's called Doyal Nitai, full of mercy. So, and then when Nityananda Prabhu came, he was serving him, and then he was serving all the associates whom Nityananda Prabhu brought to his home. And tears of joy flowed from his eyes, and he was serving him so wonderfully. So that time what happened was Vrindavan Das Thakur was serving Nityananda Prabhu as an assistant. So after finishing the meal, generally people, they take the special fruit. Prabhu, maybe you can go to the next one, Haritaki fruit. So this Haritaki is a fruit which they take for digestion, for a good digestion. It's like so they take this fruit, and then so Mahaprabhu asked for, Nityananda Prabhu asked for that fruit. So then immediately Vrindavan Das Thakur, he took that fruit from his dhoti and he gave to Nityananda Prabhu. Then Nityananda Prabhu became upset with him. He said that because Vrindavan Das Thakur took a life of celibate life, and later, a renounced order of life. He took the vow of not getting married and then remained like that. So it is mentioned like a different ashrama has got a different responsibility and different principles. For example, Grahastha ashram, the married life, one is allowed to save money, right? For the future, for the emergency, like Rupa Goswami mentions, Srila Rupa Goswami mentions, he showed by example, and he also said that 50% should be given in a spiritual purpose, and then 25% for emergency, and 25%, for the family and relatives. So like that, Grahastha is allowed to save money, and in fact, he should save money. But whereas a person in a renounced order of life, he should not be saving anything. Rather, he should completely depend on the mercy of the Lord. That's why you see a sannyasi, we called as a Tridandi sannyasi. A Vaishnava sannyasi is called Tridandi sannyasi. And the three rods represents body, mind, words. So one has to surrender their mind, body, and words in the service of the Supreme Lord. That means they are completely dependent on the Lord, even for the next food, the next meal. They should not be thinking, okay, I will save today so that tomorrow I don't have to worry what I have to eat. They are completely dependent on the Lord. Okay, if the Lord arranges, then I will be eating. If there nothing is coming, then I will fast. That's what is the mood of a sannyasi should be. Accumulating wealth is not, kind of, appreciated for a sannyasi or for a person in a renounced order of life. So Vrindavan Das, when Nityananda Prabhu saw that he was accumulating, saving that fruit, Haritaki fruit, rather than going and plucking it from the tree and offering, Nityananda Prabhu corrected him, saying that a person in renounced order of life not supposed to be saving. So he corrected, and the Haritaki fruit which Nityananda Prabhu chewed, then after chewing, he threw that seed. That place where he threw it blossomed as a wonderful tree. And even now, when we go to that particular place, you can see that beautiful tree which came out of that, remnants of Nityananda Prabhu. And also they have kept the footprints of Nityananda Prabhu also there in that particular place. So this is one pastime connected with Vrindavan Das Thakur, and how the Lord is also, the liberated souls, they are not in accumulate. He did not accumulate for his own sense gratification. He accumulated for the pleasure. Okay, Nityananda Prabhu should not wait, because if I have to go to the tree and pluck and bring, it may take some time. So let me keep it so that I can give it to the Lord immediately. That was his mood. But the Lord corrects, or the Lord teaches a lesson through his own devotees. Just like Arjuna is a pure devotee, and Arjuna knows everything, is full of knowledge, but yet Krishna put Arjuna in illusion, and he taught the entire Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, the Lord uses his associates, his dear devotees, to teach some very valuable life lessons for the humanity. So we can see here Vrindavan Das Thakur, through that he's teaching something for the people in renounced order of life, that they should be just completely dependent on the Lord and not think what I will be doing, that anxiety, but rather fully surrender to the Lord. Yeah. Okay, Prabhu. So this book, Chaitanya Bhagavat, how glorious. There are some of the, wonderful compliments, given by Kaviraj Goswami and others. So the Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning, he says that hearing Chaitanya Bhagavat, the book written by Vrindavan Das Thakur about Mahaprabhu, just hearing destroys all misfortune. Such is the power of this book. Just by listening to this book, once whatever misfortune one is destined, that will get destroyed. And reading Chaitanya Bhagavat, one will understand the glories of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. and he will attain the highest perfection of knowledge, pure love of Krishna. This is a benediction given. So now actually Chaitanya Bhagavata, there is a abridged version. This is a book, abridged version of Chaitanya Bhagavat. This doesn't have all the verses, but it has only the pastimes and stories. So we can try to get this book also and read all the various pastimes. And now there is an audio book available. People who are, nowadays everyone is quite busy with many things. So even audio book is available for Chaitanya Bhagavat. You can put in Google, you can get it. And when you are traveling in the car or, to work, we can put it and we can listen to it. Very nice, very nicely narrated, very amazing. So that also can be done. So this is one of the things told by Kaviraj Goswami. Yes, Prabhu, you can move to the next. Yeah, so it's he says that he gives the title of Vyasa, for Vrindavan Das Thakur, and Vrindavan Das Thakur is Lord Nityananda's favorite devotee, and therefore he is the original Vyasadeva in describing the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Since such a wonderful book could not be written by a human being, it seems that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has spoken it through the mouth of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. I offer millions of respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of Vrindavan Das Thakur. By compiling such a valuable book, he has delivered everyone from the cycle of birth and death. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is glorifying more about Vrindavan Das Thakur and about this book, Chaitanya Bhagavat. Definitely, because this book, no ordinary person can speak. And of course, he's an eternal associate of the Lord. But the Lord has used Vrindavan Das Thakur and has spoken through his mouth. So directly, Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya has spoken this through the mouth of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So that's the glory of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yes. Yeah, so these are the deities worshipped by Vrindavan Das Thakur. These deities are still there when we go to the Mamgachi temple. When we go for Parikrama, Navadip Mandal Parikrama, beautiful Parikrama, where we go to the 9 islands. So anyone knows which island this, it's already there anyway. Modadruma Dvipa is one of the islands in the Navadip Dham, in the Navadvipa. So in that island, this place called Mamgachi, this beautiful deities are there. We got the opportunity to see this beautiful deities, Gaur Nitai and Lord Jagannath. So he lived as a celibate. So he was a lifelong Naishtika Brahmachari. He was there and he worshipped his deities and he had many disciples also. So very wonderful. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, and there are many nearby places are there, and Vrindavan Das Thakur's Samadhi is in the 64 Samadhi area, in the Radha Damodar Courtyard, where we know so many Vaishnava saints' Samadhis are there. Vrindavan Das Thakur Samadhi is also there. Oh, sorry, that is, that is in the Vrindavan, yes, yeah. Radha Damodar Temple Courtyard, yes. So these are the deities. We saw the deities earlier. So this is the place. Yes, Prabhu. This is the place, Vrindavan Das Thakur's.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So before we go further to the announcement, because we have a short time, so we covered whatever we could, and we could see here in this pastime also the power of prasadam, how Narayani Devi could get all the remnants of Mahaprabhu, and then that itself was a very great blessing. She could get Vrindavan Das Thakur. So could you think of any pastime? Our scriptures are full of glories of, the power of prasadam, loads and loads. So I just would like to, rather than me telling about all that, can you just give some hints? Any pastimes can you remember when it comes to power of prasadam? You can use the chat box or you can raise hand. Power of prasadam. What pastimes comes to your mind? Could be from Chaitanya Leela. First preference Chaitanya Leela. You can take from Bhagavatam, anywhere, no problem. Let's churn some nice, recollect some nice pastimes connected with the power of prasadam. Narada Muni, brilliant. Kartik Prabhu, that's a very famous pastime, right? Narada Muni and Lord Shiva. Beautiful pastime. Yamini Mataji also saying about Narada Muni, how Narada Muni got a benediction, got from Lakshmi Devi, wanted the Mahaprasadam of Narayana, and he got, and then he was in ecstasy, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave prasadam to dog. Yes, brilliant. The puppy got delivered, right? That's a very beautiful pastime. So let me just give a little hint on that. Kartik Prabhu, can you say the little hint about this Narada Muni and Lord Shiva? Shortly, briefly. Would you like to? Yes. So what happened? Narada Muni was in ecstasy, right? And then Lord Shiva asked for the remnants, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Then what did Narada Muni say?
Mahalakshmi say she never gives the prasadam to the remnants from Narayana to anyone. But the Narayana will say, so you told like that, so I will close my eyes. That time you can give the remnants to Narada. And then Narada gets just one piece of prasadam, and he takes that. Hearing this, Lord Shiva said, where is my sharing? You enjoyed the you got that mercy. So then in his fingers there was just a little bit remnants left over. So again, Shiva, after Lord Shiva, after eating and that, he felt very, he was in ecstasy and he was very blissful. So that time Parvati Devi comes, and then she asked, what about my share? And then Shiva said, I got very little part, so I could not share it. Then so she goes directly to Narayana and she asks, so then Narayana says, so I will in Jagannath Puri, so you are the first person to take this mercy. So like he will bless Parvati Devi. So as a Vimala Devi, the first prasadam goes to Parvati Devi in Jagannath Puri, then it serves to everyone as a Mahaprasad.
Brilliant, brilliant. Jai, Haribol, Gauranga, very nice. So Bimala Devi gets the first share from Lord Jagannath, isn't it? Kanika Matra, one morsel only Lord Shiva took and danced in ecstasy. Wonderful, Prabhu. Kartik Prabhu, thank you. Vijay Prabhu, you said Lord Chaitanya delivered puppy. You remember what he gave to the puppy?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanyavad.
Yes,
Sorry, I think coconut.
correct. Coconut
Yes.
pulp.
Yeah.
So he gave the coconut pulp, and then the dog was taking, and he said that, okay, chant Krishna's name, right? Then the dog started jumping and dancing and chanting the Lord's name in ecstasy. And then after that, the dog left the body and went back to the spiritual world. Very beautiful, perfect example for the power of prasadam. Anyone else remembers? And Abhijit Prabhu, I could see, he said how Srila Prabhupada, transformed hippies into happies. That was very sweet. And in fact, after Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON, and then the few devotees, it got established all over the world. And one time Prabhupada was seated, and many of the disciples were sitting around, and Prabhupada was asking each one, so how did you come? What made you to come? So then, and most of them, the answer they gave was prasadam. So Prabhupada said, this is my, what is it Prabhupada said? Anyone remember? Let's see who remembers. What did Prabhupada say about prasadam? He said, my dash weapon.
Secret weapon, Mataji.
Brilliant. Very good. Avijit Prabhu, can we see you?
Sorry, Mataji.
Can we see you in the video?
Yes, Mataji. Sorry.
Hari Bol. Brilliant, Prabhu. Very nice. You are only giving a lot of answers. Very nice. You are from?
Oh, I've joined from Cambridge.
Ah, brilliant, Prabhu. Very nice. Thank you so much for joining, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So, my secret weapon. It's such a powerful weapon, just by eating prasadam, one can, Prabhupada said, this Mayavadis are all, arguing and discussing who is supreme. Just let them fight like that. We will keep eating our gulab jamuns and make our way back to spiritual world. So it's amazing. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Yeah. So anyone else remembers any other pastime? Power of prasadam. Let's kind of get some pastimes. What are the other pastimes where just emphasizing by eating the prasadam, the transformation happens?
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Very nice.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
He became from a Mayavadi to a devote, like
Yeah.
Chaitanya
In fact, after becoming, he honored prasadam properly.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, we can count that. But mainly I'm asking, like, they just honored prasadam and they changed it. Like this puppies, we saw hippies into happies. How, the transformation happening by having the prasadam. Any other pastime?
So there's another one from the Narad Muni Mataji when he was the son of servant.
Brilliant. Yes.
That's how he becomes Narad Muni.
Beautiful pastime. The servant maid, son of servant maid.
Yeah.
Honoring the remnants from the
The Vaishnavas.
Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, any other pastime? Brilliant, Prabhu, Nitin Prabhu. Any other? It could be directly from the Lord or from the remnants honored by the Vaishnavas.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mata, there is this pastime of how Ramanujacharya's remnants, which was thrown in the lake or pond, the fishes which eat, they immediately, take 400 form of Lord Vishnu and go back to Vaikuntha.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very beautiful example. I was just remembering that. Thank you very much for sharing that, Prabhu. Sadhvi Mataji is also mentioned. So Ramanujacharya once threw his remnants on the pond, and the fishes there, they took the remnants and they all got 400 form, and they got liberated and then went back. So that's an amazing thing. Any other pastime? I will tell you one pastime at the end if no one says that particular thing. I think I probably shared this in the class. I don't remember. Any other you remember? From CC or from Ramayana, Mahabharata, from Bhagavatam, or any other Puranas. So it's a homework for everyone. So we can go back home.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the prasadam. He didn't wash his face. He didn't he didn't wash his mouth. He said, yeah, there's the Jagannath prasadam, so you can take without washing your mouth.
Yeah, that was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Yeah. He honored. I mean, how we should honor. When Mahaprasad comes, we do not have to think anything. We have to straight away offer. I mean, straight away honor. Honoring means, so very nicely, that is not an excuse that, okay, I don't have to take bath every day, so Mahaprasad I can eat like that. Not like that. It's just a one drop to honor it. But properly we should take shower and generally when we eat prasada. So this pastime, I can see Kumara smelled the tulasi leaves from the lotus feet of Lord and they turned to devotees. Yeah, tulasi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord. Yes, that's true. That's a very good point. Any other pastimes of prasadam explicitly? So this one I will tell you. You can in the meantime think is that. This is one of the example, probably you would have, maybe you will now remember, is the disciple of Ramanujacharya. Did I tell that? So there was one disciple of Ramanujacharya. She was husband and wife, they were very devoted couple, in serving the spiritual master. So one time, but they were very, very poor. One time they came to know that Sri Ramanujacharya is going to visit their home. They became so happy that they wanted to receive the spiritual master, with all their hearts and, in best way possible, feed him. So then they were thinking, but we do not have enough money. What shall we do? So then the husband went out. So he said that, okay, let me go out and then see what I can do. In the meantime, the wife remembered there was one merchant, grocer, who was there nearby. And he was, a bit lusty, looking at this woman. Always he was kind of trying to, talk to her in a very bad way. So then she remembered this merchant and she ran to that merchant. And she said that, my spiritual master is coming. I need to feed him. So I need some groceries. You give me. And then tonight I will come and satisfy you. He was surprised. And he became very happy. And then he gave whatever she wanted. So then she brought all those wonderful things, items, whatever she got, she brought home. And then the husband came back. He couldn't get anything. And when he saw that, the wife has got so many things and she's cooking such a very elaborate meal, and then he asked, what did you do? And then she shared everything and tears fell down from his eyes and he was thinking, what a Guru Bhakti she has got. But at the same time, he was very concerned also. But anyway, Sri Ramanujacharya came and then they served him so nicely with a big feast. And Ramanujacharya was so pleased with their devotion and love. And then after finishing prasadam, the husband told, Sri Ramanujacharya that actually, our situation was like this, but my wife went, to the merchant and she asked, and then she got this, and then she cooked all this and offered to you, and then Ramanujacharya said, okay, take this remnants, after eating, he didn't complete everything, he left something, and he said to that Mataji, you take this remnants, take this and go and give, to that merchant. So she took that and then to the merchant, and the merchant was very happy because he was thinking of all those last year things. And when he saw her, she said that, please first you honor this, remnants, honor this prasadam. So then when he took just one mouth of that remnants, immediately his heart got transformed and he fell down at the feet of that Mataji, and then cried and begged forgiveness. What a shameful thought I was having. What a great sin I would have committed. How can I even I feel so ashamed even to stand here. Please forgive me. You're like a mother, and you have saved me. And like that, he was glorifying her. So just see the power of prasadam, just that remnants. So that's why, you see in many of the songs, there are three things which are considered as very powerful. What are the three things which are considered as very purifying? One is the remnants of the Vaishnavas, the Lord, and it becomes even more remnants from the Lord. Prasadam itself, anything you offer to the Lord and we take, that is called prasadam. Prasadam means mercy because it is touched by the lips of the Lord. The Lord has tasted it and has given it. So when we eat that prasadam, then our heart gets transformed, our consciousness gets transformed. So that's the power of directly taking the prasad offer to the Lord. And when that prasadam is taken by a devotee, by a pure devotee, and then we eat it, it becomes Mahaprasad. So then it becomes even more, it acts very fast, the transformation. So we see here. So that's why it's very important, to offer to the Lord. Whatever we are offering, our scriptures also says, Bhagavad Gita also says that without offering to the Lord, we are eating only sin. So by offering to the Lord, it becomes sanctified. All the sins, are completely washed off. And not only that, we get a lot of mercy, because the very word prasada means mercy. In that way, all the dirty things in our heart, all that can, get washed off by taking prasadam. So raising our consciousness, ahara shuddhi, sattva shuddho, by eating the food which is offered to the Lord, then what happens? Our existence becomes purified. So that's why it's very, very important offering bhoga to the Lord. Whatever we eat, it should be only prasadam. So that is the first habit we should develop. And that's one of the lessons we learn from all the scriptures also. And what happens if a person eats, and there is hundreds of pastimes to say that these are all like testimony. We see that by eating, what happened to those personalities. So with the faith, when we eat those prasadam, certainly it will make a very big difference. So faith is also an aspect important. Even without faith also it acts, but with the faith, it acts very fast. It truly acts upon us. But when we act in a mood of gratifying the senses, it takes a long time. That's why sometimes we may take prasadam, but then we see that not much, because it is not taken in that mood. That's why Srila Prabhupada says it's not eating prasadam, it's honoring prasadam, giving that respect to the prasadam. Oh, this has been taken by the Lord, and then I'm honoring it. So you see, Prabhupada never talks when he was having prasadam. He was fully focusing on those each item which is given, offered to the Lord with the utmost care, utmost faith, utmost absorption. Even now in the scientific field, everyone is telling that when we are eating prasadam, when we eat food, we should not be doing multitasking. Rather, we should focus on the food. We should chew nicely. We should, completely focus and eat. Then only it nourishes our body. But our scriptures already has said that we eat in that focus and mood and concentration and with that respect. In Ramanujacharya's pastime also, his disciples will ask Ramanujacharya, oh, these fishes, they ate the prasadam and they got 400 form and they went back to the spiritual world. But we are every day eating your remnants, nothing, but we are not seeing that, we are not going back to the spiritual world immediately. We didn't see that effect. So then Ramanujacharya said that because you do not have that complete faith. you have your own speculative thinking about prasadam. So that's what happens. That's why things gets delayed, but still it has its greater impact, because this in this case of we see that the person, lusty person, he didn't even know the glories, or he didn't even with faith he ate, but it had an impact because the guru was telling that you go and give, and then it had its impact. So just like medicine, whether we know or not know, it will still have its impact, right? So similarly, holy name also, when we chant with knowingly or unknowingly, it still has effect. But when we chant the holy name, knowing its glories, then it fastens, it speeds up, it gets the whole, effect, seems to be like goes in a very faster rate. The progress becomes very faster. So that's why knowledge is also very important. With knowledge comes faith. With knowledge comes the proper mood to honor anything. That's why it's very important to know more about the glories of prasadam, to know more about the importance of offering to the Lord, the more about offering the remnants of pure Vaishnavas. So the more we know, then more we desire to do it. And then when we do it, we see the result. So that's why it's very important. So we will stop here for the class today. But before that, I would like to say that we have the great festival. The Panihati festival is coming up very soon, 12th of June. But I hope everyone is geared up painting the pots. Everyone is geared up meditating what they are going to do. I think already so many registrations we saw for the pot painting. And a good news for all of us is that we are going to have a grand celebration our celebration is going to be in Sri Radha Landanishwara's abode at Soho Temple. So it's going to be a wonderful celebration. So let's we thank the Lord and all the great Vaishnavas present over there for us to give an opportunity to celebrate this beautiful festival. So let's pray to the Lord and then get ready to offer the best pots, because Srila Prabhupada always wanted the best to be offered to the Lord. So while painting, while offering the pot, while making the offering, whatever we are doing in connection with the festival, we like to, our desire is that we should do it to the best of the capacity to give pleasure to the lordships, Shri Radha Landanishwara, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani, and beautiful Gaur-Nitai, their festival, so we want to offer them something which is very pleasing to them. So because this is the 53rd anniversary of Shri Radha Landanishwara in the year 2022, so we are desiring and planning to offer 53 pots for the pleasure of the Lord. So let's all come together and serve as a, one unit, this beautiful festival, as a wonderful loving offering for the pleasure of Gaur-Nitai. So thank you very much for all joining today. We can keep speaking because these topics are very wonderful and sweet, and there is no end to it. But due to time constraint, we have to close here. Thank you, Litan Prabhu, again for coordinating, and thanks for all the devotees who have joined here today. And we will see next week. Monday is going to be a very special CC session, in the sense many of us know the Panihati pastime and all that, but we are going to have something very wonderful in connection with Panihati festival. So we request everyone to join. There is no Gita Gyan class that day. So it will be an on-time program. So we request everyone to kindly join, whoever couldn't join today, so that we get the correct knowledge is important, right? So we get the full knowledge of all this festival, so that the following Sunday, when we are doing the festival, we can do with that proper mood, proper consciousness. So we request everyone to join the next week festival. So before closing, we have the birthday of our dear Purvi, daughter of Vivek Prabhu. She's such an intelligent, very charming girl. A few times she came to Jagannath house in this little age with so much of devotion, Very sweet girl, and like father, very active. She's getting trained in this age only. Vivek Prabhu is training her. we know Vivek Prabhu, right? He's a very wonderful organizer, and and we are very glad to celebrate her birthday. Was yesterday, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So Purvi, you had a great birthday yesterday.
Yes.
You liked it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What do you like to say?
Say a few words.
I'll put her in spotlight now.
Do you like this chanting and kirtan?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, very good.
And do you
She's
like
always there
devotion?
in the forefront.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, you are getting geared up for the Panihati festival?
Yes.
Yes, very good. So let us all chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for Purvi, for a very happy, healthy, long, Krishna conscious years ahead, and a very bright, auspicious future. She become a shining star, in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, inspiring many souls, in this beautiful movement. So, yeah. So shall we all chant 3 times Hare Krishna?
Yes,
For Purvi?
Mataji.
Let's unmute and chant from our heart for the well-being. Purvi and also the entire family. Okay, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Happy Krishna conscious birthday to Purvi. So how many now? How old are you?
8.
8. Haribol Jai. Okay, very nice.
We'll do now 8 round chanting.
Now I'll do 8 round chanting.
Really? Wow, that's great inspiration. Shall we all say 3 big Haribols to Purvi then? Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Very sweet, very sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for all your service, your entire family. And Mataji, especially, we have to thank, because you are organizing in the forefront, means she is there behind doing many things. So thank you, Mataji, and thank you for your entire family for being a great asset for our community. Thank you very much.
Thanks for blessing, Mataji.
Huh? What do you want?
Blessing.
Blessing. You're blessed already. All the devotees have blessed you. You're very fortunate. Today, all the devotees who have come in the class have blessed you. And you're also going to get Jagannath blessings now. I'm going to show darshan. Yes? Yeah?
We'll get Jagannath Baldev.
Full of blessings. Haribol. Jai. Okay. So, Prabhu, if you like to share something, you do. I'm
Yes,
going and
Mataji.
sharing the...
Regarding Panihati, as Mataji mentioned, that we have this wonderful celebration this time with the help of Soho devotees. So we will be bringing our pots to Soho. So not all the pots will be going to Soho because of size restriction of the temple or the floor area. But few selected pot will be nominated by each dham, and they will be bringing their pots and they will mix there and offer to Lord there. And remaining pots, whoever is remaining, they will be done at next weekend, like that is 19th of June at dham level. We will do that auction, and out of that remaining top 5 will be auctioned on the 26th, which is next Saturday, for the central level auction. So this is kind of 3 stages of festival for Panihati. So first is on 12th, which is in Soho temple. So selected devotee will be bringing their pots and making the offering. And next is dham level, 19th, and next is 26th, which is at central level event for all the top pots. Now we
Jagannath
can,
is about to sleep.
yeah, we can see. Hare Krishna. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Maharani ki jai.
Jagannath is about to sleep, so already all the turbans are removed. We crossed the time, so getting ready to the pink outfit. Haribol. You could see?
Yes, Mataji. Beautiful dresses.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Haribol.
Hari Bol.
So special blessings to Purvi, Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani, Sudarshan Chakra, Panchatattva, Gaurnitai, all are blessing you. Haribol.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Panchatattva, Jai
Jai Jagannath. Wonderful. Thank you so much for all the devotees who have joined today. And we will see you soon next week. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vivek Prabhu. Thank you, Lichan Prabhu. And thank you, all the devotees. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Gauranga.
Part having